What's up, everybody? That car guy, Eddie, and yes, the car dog, Enzo. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's such a good boy, yes. Anyways, what is up, everybody? That car guy, Eddie here, and today another video. I'm actually in my house. Why am I in my house, you ask? Because I'm doing an unboxing. As those of you that follow the channel know pretty well, we are actually going to be headed to Sand Mountain next week, so we are super excited for that. Enzo, you can't eat the microphone, bud. You can't eat the mic. No, you can't. Anyways, we're going to be headed to Sand Mountain next week, and it wouldn't be Sand Mountain if we didn't have just crazy stuff going on. You know, we have a machine that is taken apart, that is not put back together. We have a truck that we're supposed to haul stuff up to Sand Mountain with that's currently at the Chevy dealership, getting warranty work done on it. We don't know what's going on. We're supposed to leave in like 4 days for Sand Mountain, so we'll see. Today, actually, I got this box. This big box in the mail, and in this box it is actually from UTV Mountain Accessories right here. And basically what I've done is I've gotten a bump seat. Now, for those of you that know, I got a pretty big family, and I have a Can-Am X3 Max, and I really wanted to be able to put everybody in one car. You know, we have the Razor 200 for the girls, but it can only go like 30 miles an hour, so it really can't go anywhere whatsoever. So I wanted to get a bump seat. That way we can all go out as a family when we do trail rides and things like that. And nobody's left behind at camp, because that is the worst part about when you do that. And because my family is like super into off-roading, nobody wants to be left back at camp anyways. So I got this bump seat, and here it is right here. It's pretty easy. Effectively what there is there's a bracket that goes here on the bottom, and it's a frame, and it goes down to your rear seat bolts, and then it bolts in, and then it's got a 3-point harness that goes through this hole here, and then it's got the belts that go down to the seat belt bracket, which is kind of cool. I'm planning on putting this in the back of my X3, and part of the reason why is I don't want, because traditionally the bump seat will be, you know, Enzo, you want to get in the bump seat? Go get in the bump seat. Come on. Oh, yes, there we go. Traditionally, the bump seat would be like that. And what I don't want is I don't want it digging. Now, if it's just to the side of me and my shoulder can rest in it, it won't be a big deal. But what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid of the bump seat sitting forward and it pushing on my arm and that not being comfortable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the back seat, which the pros to it is that all the kids are in the back, which is great. The con to it is that if you do that, Enzo, dog, do not eat the microphone. Do not eat it, no. The con to that is that if you should have to get your wastegate and your turbo by any chance, it's in the back. The good news is that that's traditionally not something that you have to service. You know, you set it and you put wastegates on. It's more like an access port for things, but you don't need it for basic service. I don't want to do that. So that's what's going in today. In fact, I'm actually probably going to put it in right now. So I am filming by myself, but as you can tell, I do have a tripod. Yeah. And I got Enzo, so he's going to give me some emotional support as we, you know, put in the bump seat. And stay tuned. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, let me tell you about this install. First of all, you got to take the seats out to do it. And if I would have known how much of a pain in the ass it was to take out the X3 seats, I probably would have bought a Polaris. Because to get to them, there might not be a whole lot of light in here, but the seats have to go forward because the brackets mount on these, the seat posts, as you can see here. Now, the factory, I'll show you, have these aluminum spacers here, and the kit does come with shorter aluminum spacers. I'll put them next to each other so you can see them. There you go. There's your shorter versus longer aluminum spacer. And really, all you got to do is take your seats out, pop these things in, it's no problem. Which normally wouldn't be a big issue because, you know, I can get this side fairly easily, and I also had to recline my front seats back too. But when you have a broken Polaris that you can't move behind you, and the XP's up against a wall, getting to that other seat can prove to be a little difficult. So, if you're in the market for an X3, make sure, no, buy a Razor because the seats are just easier to get. Come on, Can-Am, what are you thinking, man? Why is it so difficult? Anyways, back to the install. All right, back into the X3 here. Man, to get those bolts out, I had to crawl into this thing. It was hilarious. All right, so let me back this camera out here. Never mind, we won't. So as you can see, here's the bracket. The bracket goes down and it's gonna bolt down to those seat harnesses that are down there. And yeah, so back to the install video and we'll see what ends up happening. So, I mean, it looks pretty good so far. I don't know how the seat attaches to this, which will be interesting with a center console, but they said it can happen, so here we go. All right, well, here she is fully assembled. You have to assemble it out of the car and then put it in the car. I just showed you earlier the dry fit on how it works. So it's pretty cool. It is a 4-point harness. The two harnesses go through one hole. They come through. This was pretty kind of interesting. You actually had to take the harnesses apart to get it through this hole, which, you know, didn't say in the instructions, but that's okay. It's super, super high quality. And what I really like about it is that it's got these quick adjusters on it. They're spring loaded, so you just pull it up and you can adjust it, which is a super sweet. That's one of my big problems I hate about non-adjustable harnesses. The good news is there's only going to be one person sitting in this, so once we fit it to her, she's going to be good to go. Down here on the bottom, it does have swiveling anchors, which is nice. So it anchors to itself, and then that anchors to the seat post. So there you go. I give it a thumbs up. I will show you once I get it installed. I am back. What you really know. All right, so the bump seat's in. I'm actually trying to find a light real quick so that I can show you guys the bump seat. I show it all installed. I don't know where I put the light, but that's okay. You should be able to see from the, aha! I found the light. It's on the ceiling. If you don't have a magnetic light like this that has this bright thing on it, you need to get one. All right. There it is, the bump seat in all of its goodness, nice and installed. As you can see, it fits pretty good between the Can-Am factory seats, which is nice. And like I said, it anchors down to the seat bolts. And then the top here actually anchors back to the roll bar, which I know it's kind of hard to see. So let me talk to you a little bit about the install, first of all. So, hey, studio lighting. Okay. So let me talk to you a little bit about the install. So first of all, the install said that it should take about 1.5 hours to install. It took me about 3 hours. Why did it take me about 3 hours? Well, number one, I had to adjust my front seats, which have nothing at all to do with any of this. But I had to recline my front seats back to the way that it was, so I was able to do that nice and easy. The one problem that I have with the bump seat is that when it went in, the bump seat base is a little too wide for the rear seats. So instead of the seat sitting parallel like this, like up and down, the rear of the seat is kind of canted just a little bit. And that makes it not really fit on the track as well as it should. It took a crowbar, it took a dead blow mallet to get everything lined up. I had to completely take the seat off, put the seat back on there, slam it with a mallet, hit it around. A lot of finagling to get it back into the holes where it should be. And in doing so, of course, you really won't be able to see, but I kind of nicked up the seat just a little bit on the bottom piping, like right down here on the bottom. I mean, it doesn't look bad. The problem with it is that the seat is vinyl. It's not anything that is like super high quality. It's just a vinyl seat. And the plastic from the Can-Am seats is sharp, of course. Nothing is smooth on the Can-Am because the finish sucks. But sliding the seats in and out, there was no way to not mar up the seat when you did it. I mean, I guess I could have put like a towel between it, but I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna squeeze this thing in here, and it kind of rubbed on the seat a little bit. So that kind of sucks. Other than that, the install difficulty wasn't too hard once you had the right tools and a nice long extension and some power tools. It wasn't too difficult. The way that the top of the harness goes through actually attaches to the roll bar, which is really great because on the Max model, you have a roll bar behind the front seats and you have a roll bar behind the back seats that you can easily attach it to. And I think it's going to be great. Tomorrow when I get all my kids here, my 3 girls, I will put them in there and I'll see if I can get a picture and post a picture for it. Other than that, stay tuned. I do have a couple more little installs I want to do before Sand Mountain. I'm going to be doing a install of my ride command So I got this really cool thing here. It's a tablet holder, and I'm gonna get a tablet, and I'm gonna drill a hole, get some power, and I'm gonna put Ride Command in this thing because all of my buddies have Polaris because they're too cool for Can-Am, and their seats probably come out a lot easier than me. But yeah, so for what it's worth, there's my little review, my little install of it. Like I said, it is kind of cool. It looks good in the back. I guess if you can see, it looks good. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and it'll be interesting to see once we get the kit in there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you sub for more, and I'll talk to you soon. Ride hard.